Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Daily English Dialogues YouTube channel. I am your host, Anna.
And I am Mark. Hello, everyone. We are so happy to be here with you today.
How are you doing today, Mark?
I am doing very well, Anna. Thank you for asking. The weather is beautiful today, so I feel great. How about you?
I am doing well, too. I'm very excited about our topic today. It is a topic that many people ask about.
Yes, it is a very important topic. Today, we are going to talk about how to focus on yourself.
That sounds simple, but it can be very difficult. Many of us focus on our jobs, our families, or friends. We often forget to focus on ourselves.
Exactly. We spend all our energy on other people. Then we feel tired and empty. So focusing on yourself is not selfish, it is necessary.
I agree. Selfish means you do not care about others. Focusing on yourself means you take care of yourself so you can be a better person for everyone else.
That is a great definition. So, Anna, where do we start? If I want to focus on myself, what is the first step?
I think the first step is to look at distractions. The biggest distraction today is our phone, specifically social media.
Oh, yes, that is a big problem for me. I spend too much time on Instagram and Facebook.
We all do, Mark, but why is this bad for focusing on yourself?
Well, when I look at social media, I look at other people's lives. I see their vacation photos. I see their new cars. I see their happy families.
And then how do you feel?
Honestly, I feel a little bad. I start to compare my life to their life. I think, why don't I have a new car? Or why is my life boring?
Exactly. This is called comparison. There's a famous quote, "Comparison is the thief of joy." When you compare yourself to others, you lose your happiness.
That is very true. If I'm looking at other people, I'm not focusing on me, I'm focusing on them.
So, step one is a social media detox.
What does detox mean?
A detox means you stop using something that is bad for you. You can try to stay off your phone for 1 hour a day, or maybe do not look at your phone in the morning.
That is good advice. Usually, the first thing I do in the morning is check my phone.
Try to change that. Instead of checking your phone, drink a glass of water. Stretch your body. Think about your day, not someone else's day.
I will try that tomorrow. It sounds peaceful. Mark, can we stop here for a moment? I really want to talk more about step 2, saying no.
Of course, Mark. Why do you want to talk more about this?
Because honestly, it is the hardest thing for me. When I say no, I feel terrible. I feel like a bad friend or a bad worker. I feel guilty.
That is a very common feeling. Guilt is a heavy emotion. But Mark, let me ask you a question. Why do you say yes when you want to say no?
I think I'm afraid. I'm afraid that if I say no, people will be angry at me, or maybe they will stop liking me.
That is the root of the problem. We think no equals rejection, but actually no just means I cannot do this right now.
But how do I say it without being rude? For example, my boss asks me to stay late on Friday night. I'm tired. I want to go home. What do I say?
This is a tricky situation because it's work, but you can still be honest. You can use the "let me check" technique.
What is that?
Instead of saying yes immediately, you say, "Let me check my schedule and get back to you."
Oh, I like that. It buys me time.
Exactly. It gives you time to think. Then you can come back and say, "I have looked at my schedule and I cannot stay late tonight. I have a prior commitment."
Prior commitment. That sounds professional. It means I already promised to do something else.
Yes, and remember, Mark, resting is a commitment. If you promised yourself you would sleep early, that's a commitment. You don't need to explain the details to your boss. You don't need to say, "I need to watch TV." Just say, "I have a commitment."
That is very helpful. What about with friends? Sometimes my friends want to go to a loud party. I prefer to stay home and read. If I say no, they will think I'm boring.
True friends will respect your energy. You can use the sandwich method.
The sandwich method. Are we talking about food now?
No, not food. It's a way to speak. Top bun, start with something nice. Meat, say no. Bottom bun, end with something nice.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Imagine I invite you to a party. Try to say no using the sandwich. Nice. Thank you so much for inviting me, Anna. I'm happy you thought of me. No. However, I have had a long week and I need to recharge my battery tonight, so I cannot come. Nice. I hope you have a wonderful time. Let's meet for coffee next week.
Wow, that sounded very polite. You thanked me, you said no clearly, and you offered a future meeting.
Exactly. Did you feel hurt when I said that?
No, not at all. I understood that you were tired.
See? Most people are reasonable. If you explain simply, they will understand.
I also have another problem. Sometimes people ask me for money, or they ask to borrow my car. That is very hard to refuse.
That is difficult, but you must remember you cannot pour from an empty cup.
That is a beautiful phrase. What does it mean?
Imagine you are a cup of water. If you give your water to everyone else, your cup becomes empty. Then you have nothing left to give. You have to keep your cup full first.
So saying no is actually protecting my water.
Yes, if you lend your car and you're worried all day, you're losing your peace. It's okay to say, I'm not comfortable lending my car. It's a personal rule I have.
It is a personal rule. That is strong. It implies that I don't do this for anyone, so they shouldn't take it personally.
Correct. It is not about them, it's about your rules.
Okay, I feel better about this. But what happens if I say no and the person gets angry?
That tells you something important about that person. If they only like you when you do what they want, are they really your friend?
Oh, that's a hard truth. A real friend respects my no.
Exactly. Focusing on yourself means surrounding yourself with people who respect your boundaries.
This is going to take practice. I usually say yes before I even think.
That's why we practice. Here is a challenge for our listeners and for you, Mark. For the next week, try to say no to small things.
Small things?
Yes, if the cashier asks, do you want to donate $1? Say, no thank you. If a coworker asks, do you want this donut? Say, no thanks. Practice on small things first, then the big things become easier.
I can do that. It's like exercising a muscle, the no muscle.
Yes, strengthen your no muscle, because every time you say no to something you don't want, you're saying yes to yourself.
No to them is yes to me. I will write that down in my journal. Okay, I understand step 2 perfectly now. I am going to practice my no muscle. This means I will finally have some free time.
Exactly, Mark. And this leads us to step 3, which is my favorite part, rediscovering your hobbies.
Hobbies. Honestly, Anna, when I hear the word hobby, I feel a little lazy.
Lazy? Why?
Well, in our society, we always talk about work. We talk about hustle and productivity. If I sit down to paint a picture or play a video game or build a model car, I feel like I am wasting time. I feel like I should be working.
Oh, Mark, that is a very dangerous way to think. This is called the productivity trap.
The productivity trap? What is that?
It is the belief that you must always be doing something useful. You think you must always make money or clean the house. But humans are not machines. We're not robots.
You are right. I am not a robot, but I have forgotten how to play.
That is sad, isn't it? Children know how to play perfectly. They don't worry if their drawing is good or bad. They just draw because it is fun. We need to find that feeling again.
So how do I find a hobby? I don't even know what I like anymore. I just go to work, come home, eat, and watch TV.
First, let's distinguish between active leisure and passive leisure.
Those are big words. Can you explain?
Sure. Passive leisure is when you consume things, like watching Netflix or scrolling on TikTok. You are just sitting there. It is relaxing, but it doesn't recharge your spirit.
Okay, and active leisure?
Active leisure is when you create or do something, cooking a new recipe, knitting a scarf, playing basketball, learning a language. You are using your brain and body.
Ah, I see. Passive makes me sleepy, active makes me feel alive.
Exactly. So to find your hobby, think back to your childhood. Mark, you mentioned you like to draw. Why did you stop?
I stopped because, well, I wasn't very good. I saw other people drawing beautiful art, and my drawings looked silly, so I quit.
This brings us to a very important rule for hobbies. You do not need to be good at it.
Really? But what is the point if I am bad at it?
The point is the joy. The point is the process. You are not trying to sell your art in a museum. You are doing it for Mark.
So I can be a terrible artist, and that is okay?
Yes. In fact, be proud of being terrible. If you are drawing, you are focusing on the paper. You are focusing on the colors. You are not worrying about your emails. That is success.
That takes a lot of pressure off. I don't need to be Picasso. I just need to be Mark.
Precisely. So let's brainstorm for our listeners. If they don't like drawing, what else can they do?
Well, if you like being outside, you could try hiking or gardening like you do.
Yes, or even bird watching, just sitting in a park and looking for birds. It is free and very peaceful.
If you like staying inside, you could try cooking or baking. The best part about that hobby is that you can eat the result.
That is true. Or puzzles. Putting together a 1,000-piece puzzle is very good for focus. It forces your brain to slow down.
What about music?
Music is wonderful. You can buy a cheap ukulele or a harmonica, or just sing. Sing in the shower, sing in the car. It releases good chemicals in your brain.
I have always wanted to learn to play the guitar, but I thought it was too expensive.
Hobbies do not have to be expensive. Writing stories costs nothing, just a pen and paper. Running costs nothing, just your shoes.
Okay, Anna, you have convinced me, but I have one practical question. How do I start?
Start small. Do not go and buy $500 of art supplies today. Just buy one pencil and one notebook, and set a timer.
A timer?
Yes, tell yourself, I will do my hobby for 15 minutes. That's all. 15 minutes is easy.
I can do 15 minutes, even on a busy day.
And usually, once you start, you'll want to continue for longer. The hardest part is starting.
It's like going to the gym. Getting to the gym is hard, but once you're there, it feels good.
Exactly. So for our listeners, do not choose a hobby because it looks cool on Instagram. Choose a hobby that makes you lose track of time.
Lose track of time. I love that feeling. When you look at the clock and realize 2 hours have passed because you were having fun.
That is called flow state, and it is the best way to focus on yourself.
Let's move to the next point. We talked about the mind, saying no, and hobbies. Now, what about the body?
The body is the house where you live. If your house is broken, you cannot be comfortable. So step 4 is physical health and routine.
This includes diet, exercise, and sleep, right?
Yes, but it's more than just eating salad. It's about energy management.
Energy management? That sounds like a business term.
It is business, the business of you. Mark, imagine your body is a car. If you put bad fuel in the car, or if you never change the oil, what happens?
The car breaks down. It stops working.
Exactly. Many of us try to drive our car fast every day, but we put in sugar and caffeine instead of good fuel.
I am definitely guilty of that. I drink 3 cups of coffee, but I forget to drink water.
Let's start there. Hydration. It is the simplest way to focus on yourself.
Why is water so important for focusing?
Your brain is mostly water. When you are dehydrated, your brain shrinks a little bit. You get headaches, you feel tired, you cannot think clearly.
So if I feel tired in the afternoon, maybe I don't need coffee, maybe I just need a glass of water.
Precisely. Try it tomorrow. When you feel that afternoon crash, drink a big glass of water. You'll be surprised.
Okay, water is number 1. What is number 2?
Number 2 is sleep hygiene.
Hygiene usually means brushing my teeth. What is sleep hygiene?
It means having a clean routine for sleep. Mark, what do you do right before you go to bed?
Usually, I lie in bed and scroll on my phone for an hour, then I watch a video, then I try to sleep.
Sigh. Mark, that is terrible for your brain. The blue light from the phone tells your brain, it's daytime, wake up.
That explains why I stare at the ceiling for 30 minutes.
To focus on yourself, you need to treat sleep like a sacred ritual. Try to stop using screens 1 hour before bed.
1 whole hour? What do I do instead?
Read a book, stretch your body, listen to calm music, prepare your clothes for tomorrow. This signals to your body it is time to rest.
I guess if I sleep better, I'll have more energy for my hobbies the next day.
Exactly. Sleep is when your body repairs itself. If you skip sleep, you are stealing happiness from tomorrow.
Okay, no phones in bed, I promise. Now, let's talk about the scary part, exercise.
It does not have to be scary. You do not need to run a marathon. You do not need to lift heavy weights.
But I see people on social media with perfect bodies at the gym. It makes me feel intimidated. I feel too embarrassed to go.
Forget about them. Remember, we are not comparing. The best exercise is simply movement.
Just moving?
Yes, humans are built to move. We are not built to sit in chairs for 8 hours.
That is true. My back always hurts after a long day at the office.
Try to add movement snacks to your day.
Movement snacks? I like snacks, but I think you mean something else.
Yes, a movement snack is a tiny piece of exercise. For example, while you are waiting for your coffee to brew, do 10 squats.
Oh, I can do that. That takes 30 seconds.
Or when you are talking on the phone, stand up and walk around the room. Do not sit down.
That's a great tip. I can walk and talk.
And of course, the most powerful tool is walking outside. Walking in nature is medicine.
I have heard that fresh air is good for stress.
It is. When you walk, you look at the trees and the sky. Your eyes relax. Your breathing slows down. It is physically impossible to be extremely stressed while you are taking a gentle walk.
So my routine doesn't need to be wake up at 4 a.m. and run 10 miles.
No, that is too hard. A good routine is drink water when you wake up, stretch for 5 minutes, eat a breakfast that is not just sugar, walk for 20 minutes.
That sounds very doable. It sounds kind.
Focusing on yourself should always be kind. If it makes you suffer, it's the wrong routine.
I like that rule. If it makes you suffer, change it.
Yes, listen to your body. If your body is tired, rest. If your body has energy, move. Your body is your best friend. Stop fighting it.
Thank you, Anna. I think I'm going to buy a nice water bottle today. That will be my first step.
Okay, Anna, we are doing great. We have discussed social media, boundaries, hobbies, and physical health. Now let's talk about the mind.
Yes, step 5 is mental health.
You know, Anna, when I hear mental health, I get a little nervous. I think it means something is wrong with me.
That is a very common mistake. Mark, do you brush your teeth every day?
Yes, of course, twice a day.
Do you brush your teeth because they are rotten and falling out?
No, I brush them so they stay healthy.
Exactly. Mental health is the same. You do not work on it because you are sick. You work on it to stay happy and strong. It is maintenance.
I like that. Maintenance for the mind. So, how do we maintain our mind?
The most powerful tool is journaling.
Journaling. We mentioned this briefly before, but honestly, I have tried it and I felt silly.
Silly? Why?
I sat down with a pen and wrote, "Dear Diary, today I ate a sandwich." It felt childish. I didn't know what to say.
Laughs. I understand. If you just write about your sandwich, it is boring. You need to use a technique called the brain dump.
The brain dump? That sounds messy.
It is messy. Imagine your brain is a room. Every day you have hundreds of thoughts. I need to pay the bills. Did I lock the door? Why was my boss angry? I am tired.
Yes, my brain feels very crowded, like a noisy room.
A brain dump is when you take all those thoughts and throw them onto the paper. You do not worry about spelling, you do not worry about grammar, you just write everything that is in your head to get it out.
So I'm cleaning the room?
Yes, once the thoughts are on the paper, they are not in your head anymore. You can relax.
That sounds like a relief. Sometimes I worry about the same thing for 3 days.
We call that spiraling, when a thought goes round and round in circles. Writing it down stops the spiral.
Okay, so technique number 1 is the brain dump. What else can I write?
You can write down your gratitude.
We talked about being thankful. Is this different?
Yes, try to write down 3 specific things every day.
Can you give me an example of a specific thing?
Instead of writing, I'm happy for my family, write, I am happy that my sister called me today and we laughed for 10 minutes.
I see. The detail makes it real.
Yes, when you look for small, good things, your brain changes. You start to see the world more positively. You train your brain to be happy.
That is amazing. We can actually train our brains?
Absolutely. It's like a muscle. Now, Mark, I have a question for you. When you tried journaling, did you use a computer or a pen?
I used my phone. It's faster.
Ah, that is a mistake. For focusing on yourself, you should use a pen and paper.
Why? My handwriting is terrible.
It doesn't matter. When you write by hand, it's slower. It forces your brain to slow down. It connects your hand to your heart.
And on the phone, I might get distracted by a notification.
Exactly. The phone is for work and noise. The notebook is for you. It's a quiet space.
I should buy a nice notebook, something that feels special.
Yes, make it a ritual. Make a cup of tea, sit in a comfortable chair, and open your notebook. It's a date with yourself.
A date with myself. I like that. But what if I have a bad day? What if I'm angry?
Then write about the anger. The paper will not judge you. You can write, I am so angry today. It's better to put the anger on paper than to yell at your friend.
It's like emotional garbage. You have to take the garbage out.
Perfect analogy, Mark. If you keep the garbage inside, it starts to smell. Write it down and throw it away.
This is very helpful. It's cheaper than a therapist, too.
Yes, it is. But remember, if you have very big problems, a real therapist is also good. But for daily stress, a journal is your best friend.
I'm going to try the brain dump tonight. I have a lot of thoughts to clean up.
Well, Anna, we have listed many things today. Social media detox, saying no, hobbies, health, journaling. Honestly, I feel a little overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed is a good word. It means you feel like there is too much to do.
Yes, I feel like I have a mountain to climb. I want to do all these things, but I'm afraid I will fail.
That brings us to the final and most important point. Be patient with yourself.
But I want to change now. I want to be focused and happy tomorrow.
Mark, you cannot plant a seed and expect a tree tomorrow. It takes time. Many people fall into the all or nothing trap.
What is the all or nothing trap?
It is when you think, if I cannot do it perfectly, I will not do it at all.
Oh, I do that. For example, if I plan to run for 30 minutes, but I only have 10 minutes, I just sit on the sofa. I think 10 minutes is too short.
That is the trap. But 10 minutes is better than 0 minutes. Something is always better than nothing.
So if I only write one sentence in my journal, that is a success?
Yes, it is a victory. You must celebrate small victories.
I usually do the opposite. When I make a mistake, I am very mean to myself.
What do you say to yourself?
I say, Mark, you are lazy, you are stupid, you will never change.
That is your inner critic. Everyone has a voice in their head that says negative things.
How do I stop that voice? It is very loud.
You must answer it. Imagine your best friend came to you and said, I made a mistake, I ate a cookie. Would you say, you are stupid?
No, I would say, it is okay. Don't worry. You can eat healthy tomorrow.
Exactly. You are kind to your friends. You need to be kind to yourself. You need to be your own best friend.
That is hard. We are often our own worst enemies.
Try this analogy. Imagine a baby learning to walk.
Okay, the baby stands up and falls down.
Do you yell at the baby? Do you say, "You are a bad baby, quit walking"?
No, I clap my hands. I say, "Good job, try again."
Exactly. You are the baby, Mark. You are learning a new way to live. You will fall down. You will have bad days. You will waste time on social media.
And when that happens, I should not be angry. I should just say, get up and try again.
Exactly. Progress is not a straight line.
What do you mean?
Sometimes you go 2 steps forward and then 1 step back.
And that is normal?
It is completely normal. It's how humans learn. If you expect to be perfect, you will be stressed. If you expect to make mistakes, you can relax.
I feel a big weight off my shoulders. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to keep trying.
Exactly. Focusing on yourself is a practice. It is not a destination. You do it every day, forever.
So my goal for this week is not change my whole life. My goal is be nice to Mark.
That is the best goal I have heard all day. If you are nice to yourself, the other changes will come naturally.
Thank you, Anna. That is very comforting advice. This has been a wonderful conversation, Anna. I feel inspired. I'm going to go home and draw in my sketchbook.
I am so glad to hear that, Mark. I hope our listeners feel inspired too.
Let's summarize for our listeners one last time. To focus on yourself, put the phone away, don't compare yourself to others, set boundaries, and say no. Do things that bring you joy. Eat and sleep well. Write down your feelings. Be patient and kind.
Perfect summary. Remember, focusing on yourself helps you help the world. When you are happy, you spread happiness to others.
Thank you for listening to Daily English Dialogues. We hope this episode helps you find some peace and focus.
If you liked this conversation, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. It helps us create more lessons for you.
And tell us in the comments, what is one thing you will do this week to focus on yourself? Will you read? Will you walk? Let us know.
We love reading your comments. Thank you for your time today. See you in the next episode.
Goodbye, everyone. Take care of yourselves.
Bye.